In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful countdown timer in Canva for your church for free. And I'm going to do so by walking Wes through the entire process. He's never done it before, just to show you how easy it is. But we're also going to take the countdown timer to the next level by adding it to things like your announcement slides before the service. And also stick around for the pro tips at the very end, just to get the most out of this video. Let's get into it. Wes, you ready to learn?
I'm ready to learn.
You ready to learn how to make a countdown timer in Canva?
Yes, and I have no idea where to begin, so you're my guide.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at you, and you have the face of a man who has no idea what he's getting himself into. And that's perfect. That's what I want, because I want to show everybody how easy this is. Anyone with zero experience can do this.
Okay.
There are multiple steps, but they're all very easy. So let's dive in.
All right.
Step one, you don't actually start in Canva to create a Canva countdown timer. You have to open up a spreadsheet.
Okay.
So we start our journey in a spreadsheet. So go ahead, you're in Google Sheets. And the first cell, let's go ahead and zoom in even further just so everybody can see this easily. So in that very first cell, A1, type in the very beginning of your timer. And so for our video, we'll do a 5-minute timer. So just type in 5:00.
Okay, so 5:00. Got it.
And then in the next cell down, A2, type in 4:59.
4:59. Please don't tell me I don't have to do this for every single second.
No, because with these spreadsheets, and this is true of any program, whether you're using Google Sheets like you are or any other, you can just highlight them. Okay. The reason why we do these two is so that we establish a pattern.
Okay.
Because that's a timer going down 1 second each time. Click on that dot in the bottom right-hand corner. Yep.
Okay.
And then drag this down. And in this case, we're going to drag it down 300 rows.
Woo,
it's going to take a few seconds.
All right, so we're
If we had the rights to the Jeopardy music, we'd be playing it right now.
200s.
Almost there.
Okay.
So stop at the 300.
Okay.
Let it go.
What?
There. So now you have a timer, or now you have a column of seconds starting at 5 minutes, going all the way down to 1 second.
Okay.
So this is going to make it really easy to create a timer by creating several cells or several pages and slides for us all at once.
Okay.
Now that we have this though, go ahead and click on File at the top.
Okay.
And then Download.
Download.
Right there. And then as a CSV. So
Oh.
depending on the program you're using, you're either going to download as CSV, or if you're using numbers on a Mac, it would be export to CSV.
Okay, so I've downloaded it. It's in there somewhere. All right,
Awesome.
Got it.
It's in the computer somewhere. Now that we have the timer itself, let's go to Canva. So open up that first tab I've got for you.
Okay.
Click on Create a Design
I'm trying
in the top left-hand corner.
How do I make that disappear, Matt? It's like not leaving.
I don't know why it's been doing this to me too, but you have to click on it to get it to go away. It's the dumbest.
Okay, there you go. All right, so I'm in Canva. Where do I go?
All right, so now that we're in Canva, click on Create a Design in the top left-hand corner.
Top left. All right, got it.
And you've already got the videos option highlighted in that menu. So if you're watching this, just click that videos option in that menu on the left.
Right there.
And then click that very first icon in the top left-hand corner, Video Landscape. The video has to be oriented in a landscape orientation, whether that be called landscape or 16:9, or I think it's like 1920 by 1080. Whatever the dimensions are, it has to be in landscape.
Well, and for any church scenario where I'm projecting, for the lyrics and everything on Sunday morning where this would live, it's going to be that certain format.
And if you're broadcasting this live,
same thing.
Yeah, it's going to have to play that way.
Okay.
So now that we've got this started, the first thing to do is add some text to the page. So click on Text on the left.
Okay.
And then click on any of the text that you've got in your brand kit.
All right.
I personally like the Europa Nuova. That's our brand. One of our brand fonts.
The extra bold.
Just because it's big and bold.
Okay.
But before you do anything with this, type in 0:00.
0:00.
Yeah, just so it looks kind of like a timer itself.
All right.
Now that you've got that, go ahead and expand it out.
And make it real big.
That's not a 0.
That's a 0.
Come on.
All right.
Now, I want you to go ahead and make this fill the entire page. So from corner to corner, stretch this out as much as you possibly can.
As much as I can, and then obviously center it.
Yeah.
So maybe like that. One thing I learned that's kind of neat in Canva is when you select something, like if I just need to get away from here real quick.
Click out of it and then click back into it. There you go.
Yeah, and then when you right click it in Canva, or you can click the little ellipses, you can align it to a page, and I can say middle. So then I can just put it in the dead middle. Yeah, there we go.
Right in place.
Okay.
Okay, so Before we go any further, this is just one comment I want to make.
Sure.
If a church doesn't want anything more than just the timer itself, as in they don't want like a slideshow, they don't need an announcement video, they just want a timer, then they need to go ahead and add whatever designs they want to that timer here.
Okay.
You know, like text saying, thank you for joining us for worship, or
background or whatever.
Like the church's logo in the background. Yeah, stuff like that. So that would need to be done at this stage.
But no church is really going to do that here.
Well, we're going to take it further.
Okay.
We're going to go way beyond just having a timer.
All right.
We're going to have it over the slideshow and over an announcement video just to make it look really professional. And because of that, we're not going to add any designs.
Okay.
But what we do need to do is go ahead and click on that text again.
All right, got it.
And in that toolbar at the very top, there's an effects button. Go ahead and select that.
All right.
And then choose the lift option.
Lift, got it.
Which puts a little shadow. I know there's a shadow option. I'm using the word shadow, but it kind of gives a shadow to it.
Do I need to adjust the intensity?
No, you don't need to touch any of that.
Okay.
The only reason this is important is because we're going to remove the background later. And as I was preparing for this, I would remove the background without that lift. And the background remover, the AI for the background remover in Canva is kind of wonky, and it would like remove the text of the timer itself.
So it needs to have the lift. Don't worry about the intensity, but it needs to have the lift.
By adding the lift, it like tells the AI that there is an actual separation between the text that you've just added to this and the background.
Got it.
Now that we've done that though, now we can proceed with using the spreadsheet that you just created a moment ago.
Okay.
So to do this, click the apps button in that toolbar on the far left.
And I never go to this, so the apps button,
There it is. Now search for bulk create in that search bar at the very top.
Bulk create and just search.
So this allows us to create designs in bulk. I mean, that's what bulk create means. So just click on bulk create in the top left.
Okay.
And then in the bottom, select the upload data button.
Upload data. Oh, and then I would pull in that CSV file here, which that looks like it. Okay. Open.
And then open, yep. Now that you have this added, right click or two finger click on the text itself, yep.
Okay.
And then in the middle of that menu, there's a new option for connect data.
Oh.
So select that.
Never used that one before. Okay.
And then select that T and then 5 minutes.
Got
there
it.
you go. Now on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, choose continue.
All right. Holy snap.
Okay, so now we have 299 designs.
Okay.
So the reason why I chose 5 minutes for our example is because Canva allows up to 300 cells.
That makes sense.
It makes a limit of 300 cells or 300 things that you're adding at once.
Okay.
So you could do beyond that, but you'd have to do 2 uploads.
Okay.
You'd have to like create a separate spreadsheet for 501 up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then upload that. But for this, we're just going to do 5 minutes because that's 300 seconds. So click generate 299 designs.
And so it's going to generate 299 designs from this.
If you click it, it'll open up. It should open up another tab in just a few seconds. You have a whole thing now.
Okay.
With 299 pages done for you in seconds.
I see it. Holy smokes. Okay. Got it.
So now that we're here, click the the toolbar at the very top has the timer for how long this page is going to display. Not in the top right, but in the toolbar where it says animate and position and that color wheel.
Okay.
So yeah, edit timing, click that.
Okay.
And then type in the number 1 into that field there to
1.
make it 1 second long. And then that toggle switch right below where it says apply to all pages, toggle that on. And so now each of these pages will only display for 1 second.
Okay.
So now click that play button in the top right-hand corner.
And it's going to play.
Boom!
So it just created a timer like that. Yeah.
And as you notice, it started at 4:59, not 5. And that's because for some reason when Canva does the upload, it assumes that very first cell, that 5, where we put in 5 minutes, is like the title of that column. And so it just doesn't actually add that to the design.
Okay.
And then it starts with that next one. So you'll have to add like a 5 minute page, just whenever you're ready to
So basically you just
do
duplicate this page, put it on the front, put a 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but for our purposes, we're just doing this as an example.
Okay.
So now that you're done, that's it. Like you're literally done with this. You have a timer. And if that's all you need, you just download it as a movie file or MP4 file, and you move on.
So you go to share, and then in this case, I would download it, and
download.
then MP4 video would be.
It's already got it, by default. You don't need it to be 4K. Don't download this in 4K. Default is 1080p, that's perfect.
Okay.
You don't need to click the download button just because I've already got everything ready, but at this point,
you would want to download
You would want to click that download button.
Okay, so that is the next step. All right.
Again, we don't want just a timer.
No, I want something that looks amazing.
We're going to go even further because most churches don't just do a timer, they also have a slideshow.
Yes, yeah, they want to show all the things going on.
Yeah, upcoming events and all the ways to donate and the need for volunteers and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but we're going to take this timer and have it play over that slideshow. But there's a few steps, again, that we have to follow to do that. So I've already got another tab open. Go ahead and click the next tab on the screen.
All right, and so this is someone who's now, all right, got my slides. These are slides for the church.
These are slides, yeah. So assuming that the church has already created the slides for their pre-service announcements.
Okay.
At this stage, you wouldn't add the timer. And the reason why is because Canva's video editing tools are not the best.
No, they're not.
It's the reason we're showing Canva, and the reason we love Canva is because Canva offers their pro subscription for free to nonprofits.
And for most churches, Canva is really all they got.
Canva's all they got, and Canva's all they need. It's great. Yeah. It's great. But because of the fact that their video editing isn't like a gold standard, there are some limitations, but there's ways to work around them.
Which is what we're doing now.
Which is what we're going to do. So we've got your slideshow. It defaults to having these pages display for 5 seconds at a time. That's perfectly standard.
And I guess 25 seconds is the total length for this one.
Yeah, that's what it says up there in the top right-hand corner, 25 seconds.
Okay.
So our timer was what, Wes? How long was it?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. So we have to take this 25 seconds and stretch it out for 5 minutes.
Okay.
The best way to do this is to highlight all of those slides at the very bottom of the screen.
Okay.
So just like shift and then highlight them. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, all highlighted.
And then Command-C or Control-C, depending on what kind of
so Mac, Command-C, PC, Control-C.
Yeah. Now that you've got those copied, just paste it in.
Paste,
so Command-V or Control-V. That's all you have to do to add these slides over and over and over again. And you do this until you've got 5 minutes worth of slides, which, Wes, you're about to do. You're at 4:35. 5, there you go, boom.
Done.
So just literally within a few seconds, you had your slides, and then you stretched out this slideshow to match the length of the timer that we just created.
And how many times you'll have to copy and paste your slides is really dependent on how many slides you have. Because some church may have like 10, some may have 20, so you just copy paste.
Yeah, so just be cognizant of how many slides you have and how long each slide displays as you do the copying and pasting. But the goal is to get them to match the length of the timer that we've just created.
Okay.
Now that we're here, what you would need to do is click that share button again.
All right.
And then click the download button and download this as an MP4 as well.
All right,
so you have to have this downloaded as a video. You can't just add the timer to the slideshow here itself. And the reason, I know I already talked about the limitations, but what happens is if you try to add that, it'll just make one of these slides 5 minutes long.
Yeah, that's what
and
it'll
you can't make the timer run across all the other slides.
Nope, you can't.
So what we have to do is make this a video.
So you would download it, select pages, it would be all pages because you wanted to keep repeating all those pages I have. So download, boom, got it. Okay.
Now that once you have that and you've uploaded that to Canva again, click the next tab. Actually, click the next tab again. There we go. Okay, so this is the video version of the slideshow that you just created.
Yeah, the one I just downloaded, this is this exact one in video form.
I already have all these loaded because just like a cooking show, instead of waiting 45 minutes for the thing to bake, that's already been baked, and they just slide that out.
Yeah, that's right.
Here we go. And it'll look like this. So we have the slideshow, but it's in video form, and it's exactly 5 minutes long. Now all we have to do is go ahead and close this. Click that close button in the top left-hand corner. The timer is right there on the left-hand side, featured among all the other uploads. Just click on that.
Okay.
And it's added to this design.
Whee! All right.
Now, but it's obviously huge.
Yes.
And it has a white background.
I don't want it to like cover up the valuable events that I'm trying to tell people about and stuff as my slides go down.
So minimize this to be pretty small. Go ahead and keep going. There you go. And maybe put it in like one of the top corners of the slideshow or something like that.
So like that?
Now that you've got, go ahead and select that timer again though.
Okay.
And then in the top toolbar, there's a BG, it says BG remover. So
yes,
it stands for
I had a
background
feeling
remover.
This is where we're going. Okay, so just background remover.
Yes. This is a feature of a pro subscription with ChurchTrac. I'm sorry, with Canva.
Yeah.
And this is why we recommend churches sign up for their pro account for free. So therefore, there it's done.
And that makes so much sense why we did that whole lift thing earlier, because the software needs to have that, I guess I don't even know the terminology, but the stuff around the numbers so it knows what's the background and what's not.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that allowed the AI to like understand exactly what it needed to cut out and what it needed to leave.
Okay.
So now you can just hit that play button in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, at the very, very bottom.
Oh, the very bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now the slideshow is playing.
Oh, yes.
And the timer is going. So you'll see the slide switch. Boom. There it is, Wes.
Oh, man.
So now we have a slideshow with all the announcements. Each one runs for 5 seconds, but there's a timer going over the entire thing.
I love that.
So, but do we want to stop there?
It sounds like we can do some other cool stuff.
But there's more we can do with this.
Okay.
Because I've been to a lot of churches that they have the slideshow, it's great, and they have a little timer in one of the little corners so that you can kind of understand how much time you have left. But they'll also run from the slideshow into like a video.
Yeah.
That's been pre-recorded. It's one of the pastors in the front welcoming everyone.
Announcement video, whatever, yeah.
Maybe talking about an upcoming event, but also like, hey, if you're new, go to the welcome area.
Yeah.
If you want to sign up for this, go to that person, that kind of thing. You can still use this. And you can still even have the countdown timer run over the whole thing.
Over the video.
And you can use Canva to do it all.
That's great.
So in the next tab in Canva, I've already got this ready to go. So click on the next tab. I've got a slideshow. Again, it's a slideshow. It's not a video. I've got all the slides open.
Okay.
If you scroll all the way to the other end, you'll see that I've, again, copied and pasted these slides over and over again.
Yeah.
But I've got a little video that I recorded just as a demonstration.
Okay.
And it's already, I think it's like 20-something seconds long. If you click on it, you can see the length of the video. 26.9 seconds. Perfect.
Okay.
But I've still, if you look in the top right-hand corner, and go ahead and zoom in on that play button in the top right corner that shows you the length of time.
Right here?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Just so that everybody can see it clearly. This is still 5 minutes long.
Okay.
So like I added the video to the very end of the slideshow.
And then shaved off the other slides.
And then shaved off another slide or two just to make sure it fit within 5 minutes.
And I guess I know this might be like kind of going out there, but if you were in a situation where maybe you, at the end of your countdown timer, you wanted then the video to start, well then you would just put the video in the back end.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you wouldn't worry about that then. But if you want the countdown timer to run over the whole thing and you want the whole slideshow and the video to be within 5 minutes so that you have full control over the timing of things, then you would just take the video you've recorded, add it to the very end, and then remove as many slides as you need to. And even like that very last slide, it's 4 seconds long instead of 5.
Oh, okay.
Just to get it within 5 minutes.
Okay.
So that's what you have to do. You have to shave off enough, you have to cut off enough slides and maybe even shave down the last slide just to make it all fit the time frame of the timer that you've created.
Okay.
So again, we can't add the timer here though, because this is a slideshow. So if you add the timer, it's going to make one of these elements, one of these pages 5 minutes long. Okay. So you have to download it. Click that share button.
So, and again, so same exact thing we did last time, except this time I have a video within it now.
Yes.
And then I would download it, MP4 video, got it. Boom. All pages.
And then once you're done downloading it, upload it to Canva as one of your assets over on the left, like what you see here with the timer in that video. Upload it there so that in the next tab, open up that next tab.
All right.
Now you have the video version of that whole slideshow with the announcement video at the very end. You can scroll again all the way to the very end.
So if I were to like go towards the end, blah, 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 then you have that thing. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. So now you have the slideshow and a video. And I know you know where we're going with this.
Yes, I know exactly where you're going. All right.
Now that we have this video uploaded into a design, we can again add that timer.
So that timer.
And then go through the same process of removing the background and then minimizing it to fit wherever we want to on the screen. And that's it. You have a video that features a countdown timer that runs exactly how long you need it to run. And it has the announcement slides and an announcement video that you roll into at the end of the slides and the beginning of the service.
I love it, man. And when it's just, even though Canva isn't necessarily as geared for this kind of stuff, the fact remains a lot of churches don't have access to the programs or don't want to spend the money on those other programs that do make this easier. And so you can just retool a couple things in Canva to actually create a really beautiful looking
countdown video. It's not even retooling,
video.
it's just knowing what those limitations are and then just doing the workarounds.
Cool.
And the workaround is simply just downloading it as an MP4 and then uploading that to Canva and then using that in a design.
Yeah,
that's all it takes.
And I've had to do this in the past with Canva where certain things you have to download it and then re-add it to Canva to make something happen. And so it's the same exact concept.
Yeah. But again, this gives you everything that a more powerful tool would give you, but for free.
I love that.
Love that. That's why we do this. But there's a few pro tips I want to leave, just lay out, so that as churches do this, they can get the most out of this.
All right, throw them at me.
Tip number 1 is to make sure you add the shadow effect. I need to hammer that. You have to add that lift effect to the text when you initially create your countdown timer. Otherwise, that background remover step that you had to take when you've added it to the video,
it won't work.
It won't work.
Okay.
I wish I could demonstrate it, but when you add it, it just the numbers disappear.
It's just gone.
Canva, the AI just wipes away the text as well as the background. So make sure you add that lift effect. Otherwise, it won't work.
Don't forget. All right, got it.
Tip number 2. Especially when you're creating the slideshow with the announcement video that we did at the end.
Okay.
Start with the end in mind and work backwards. So like I did earlier, when we created the slideshow with all of the different slides, and we made it 5 minutes long.
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah, if you scroll all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Oh, no, so go one tab over. Yeah.
That one,
So you create the slideshow, and then start with the video at the end, and then start working backwards to fit it into that 5-minute time frame.
Okay, because once you put in that video, you're probably going to be at 6 minutes or 7, depending on how long your video is.
And every video is going to be a weird length.
Yeah.
It's not going to be some clean minute and a half.
Unless you recorded it for the exact minute and a half.
Well, yeah, but you're never going to record to exactly 90 seconds.
No.
So just record what you need to record, let it be as long as you need it to be, drop it into the end of your slideshow, and then clip off everything else until it fits the 5 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Or whatever your time or length is. And then tip number 3, and this is really important because I see a lot of churches struggle with this on social media. Don't add music.
Why?
Well, in Canva, you could add music. You can add tracks over your slideshow. And, people want to add something that sounds nice so that as people are, especially in a live stream, are watching, they don't not only see the announcements, but they have something nice to listen to.
Yeah.
And then it rolls into the service.
When you say live stream, I already know you're going with
this.
this.
You know exactly where I'm going with this. The problem with adding music to this slideshow and countdown is that if you run that on a live stream, there are social media platforms that will just kick that live stream off.
Facebook.
Yeah, you'll be in the middle of streaming your service, or not even in the middle, at the very beginning. And Facebook kicks it off, drops it, and says you can't do this.
And it could be music that, I've even seen churches that had AI created music that had no copyright whatsoever, but it still got booted off of Facebook.
I've read accounts of churches that had the rights to the music that they added,
and it still got booted.
And still got booted.
Okay.
Facebook especially is just really trigger happy with removing live streams if there's even a chance of a copyright claim.
Okay.
They don't want to mess with that, so they just kill it before it starts.
Well,
so don't add music. Don't add music.
The other thing I think about too, just because in my time of doing a lot of production stuff at churches, we typically have background music that's already playing, that's not only playing outside of the church and stuff, but it's also playing inside. And so we really don't want to have a video with music on there.
Yeah.
And then we wait to bring down that music when we have the actual video up like you have here.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's a really good point though about the copyright stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with playing music live in the room over the in-house speakers. But for the live stream, you need to be very cautious.
Okay.
You have to be cautious. Otherwise, you may lose that live stream.
All right. Sweet.
All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. We have other videos about Canva templates, how churches can use Canva to create awesome media. Definitely check those out and subscribe to our YouTube channel, ChurchTrac Software. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you got something out of this. Can't wait to see the countdown videos that you make for your church.